GVKcollectibles. Hey, so you know what day it is? It's Mythical Mountain Monday. This is technically the second take of this because I messed up. I didn't plug the mic in. It sounded fine, but you know what? I just wanted to make sure it was sounding all good. So, with that out of the way, of course, it's you know what it is? It's Mythical Mountain Monday, as I said. Auction was this Saturday. Last Saturday, I guess. Yeah, last Saturday. Lots of good stuff. It was also Small Business Saturday today, so it's Saturday, I should say. It was on that day, of course. Makes sense. Basically, go and support your local businesses. It's what's best for them. But I did get a few cool things. We'll just go over those real quick. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time on them because I don't need to spend as much time on them. So the first one, I am delving into the whole that is the DC Multiverse line from McFarlane, and I did get the Grim Knight Batman, which looks really solid. I actually really like the concept and idea of a Batman, like a Punisher Batman. I don't like how many guns he has. Like, not necessarily don't like how many guns he has. He's a cool drawing. It's really, really cool. And I think if you paired this guy up next to the Bat when he laughs, it looks really, really cool. So yeah, you'll probably get a review of these guys. Then you get this guy, The Flash, aka Barry Allen from DC Rebirth, issue number 1, which looks really, really cool. I think when I saw this Flash figure at first, I knew that this was gonna be to me, this looks like it's the best Flash figure I've ever seen in my life. And it just looks really cool. It comes with really cool Speed Force effects, I guess, like the lightning and everything, which looks really, really cool. Design's really good. I love Barry Allen. I love Wally West, and I'm really hoping that they do make a Wally West of the DC Rebirth Wally West, which is really, really cool. And also, not to mention, I did also get a NECA Captain Spaulding from Devil's Rejects, which is like one of their older figures, so it's not as articulated. But I did get this guy. This guy was really, really, I was really excited about, and this is kind of like the last of my toys, I guess 2019 toy fair pre-orders, and it is the Scout Predator. So this is the second in the Ultimate, the 30th Anniversary Predator 2 line, which is really, really good. And yeah, we can just open it up. He looks really phenomenal, and this is going to actually be the review for Friday. As I'm not going to tease it, it's just this is going to definitively be a review of this guy on Friday. I'm very excited to look into him. Already first impression, head sculpt I wasn't sure about, but seeing a closer look at this, it looks phenomenal. So with that out of the way, that was pretty much all the Small Business Saturday stuff that I got. Once again, if you had the opportunity to do that, to support your local business, whether it be a comic book shop, like a local restaurant that does takeout because, of what everything's going on, but if you found a way to support them, good for you. But with that out of the way, let's get into what I got. So this is the stack of what I got from comics. So a lot of really cool comic books. So I'll go over each of them. So the first one, starting out, these ones are from the New 52. These first two are from the New 52, and they were basically kind of in between issues for specific series. So the first one I got was Man Bat number 1. This is a one-shot that was take place between Detective Comics 23 and I think 24. And basically used the whole origin of Man Bat. Kurt Langstrom, I believe. If I'm wrong on that, I will put the correct name, of course, on the bottom. But yeah, he's a really, really cool character. He has it's probably one of my favorite episodes of the Batman the original animated series. It's the first episode, but it's it's really, really cool and really well done with the animation. I think it was the same studio that did the Big O, and they eventually went bankrupt because they were too good. They spent too much money on doing really solid animation. But now Kurt's, aka Man Bat, he's with Justice League Dark, and he's a fun character in that book. I've only read the first 3 issues, and I've jumped to the newer issues, but he's a fun character to have on the team. The next one, of course, it is from Batman and Robin, and this one goes over the Court of Owls from the New 52. They were introduced with the Scott Snyder run. A very, very cool, villain organization that really worked into the whole kind of origin of Batman and Gotham. It's really, really cool. And really, really cool. But as I should have mentioned, both these covers are lenticular, so they're kind of like a kind of holographic thing. like, you know those posters you see at like your the book fairs at like elementary. Like, you would see these ones and you just scratch them. They look really, really cool, really solid looking. Court of Owls is really cool. They're actually going to be making an appearance in Gotham Knights, I believe, which is the 4-player co-op video game with Batgirl, Robin, Red Hood, and Nightwing. I'm not sure which Robin. I think it's Tim Drake, or it could be Damian Wayne, but I'm not completely sure. But yeah. So, as you guys know, I did the review on the McFarlane Batman from Dark Knight's Metal, and I was like kind of expressing that I really kind of wanted to, maybe it didn't come off the video, but I was kind of really wanting to get into the series after filming the video, and really liking the design and everything. I remember when the series actually came out, and I was just like, but I didn't hop on to it initially, which is kind of sad. But, getting to that, I did get some this one. It's the Red Death tie-in. So this is basically talking about the Batman, who is essentially a evil Flash from I don't know which world, but like the Red Death's design. Sorry. Oh Jesus! The Red Death's design is freaking cool. Like he just looks cool. It's just a bat. Like he has a bat logo with the Flash logo on the bottom. It looks really, really cool, really solid. Once again, I really love a lot of these covers because they really harken back to like kind of like metal covers, I think, especially, and a lot of the interiors within. Because I even think Red Death's, I think even within the story, I think has like a freaking like muscle car that looks very similar to the original Batmobile from Year Zero that Greg Capullo also draws. So very much a heavy metal influence, but looks really, really cool. And to note, this is a rare third print version. I don't think I have a original print at all for well, we'll get to that of course, but yeah, looks really, really cool. I really love Red Death. I actually may get that like whenever if I see that 2-pack, or I may get that just for the Red Death itself. Next one, as you guys know, I was really a fan of this with the Build-A-Figure pieces, and it is the Dark Knight's Batman the Merciless tie-in. So this is basically where Batman in the alternate universe puts on the helmet of Ares and becomes the God of War, which is really, really cool to think of. And it looked like, to me, it's solid. I love the blue design on the comic too. It's a tie-in, basically explaining his origin of like how he came to be. Also, not to mention, this is also written by Tomasi, which I'm definitely going to be reading because I'm a fan of Tomasi. He's done a great job, I think, at Tech Comics. It was really, Tech Comics was the one that got me back into kind of reading DC. I kind of stopped it a bit, reading comics, and I got back into DC and reading Detective Comics, and he's just done a phenomenal job on Detective Comics, in my opinion. And he also did a really good job on Superman 2, Rebirth. But yeah, I love the design. It looks really cool. And once again, tempted to get that the rest of the Build-A-Figure pieces just to get the Merciless. So, this one's really, really cool. So, this is, oh god, I nearly dropped it. As I said, I was interested in Dark Knight's Metal, and I was kind of debating if I wanted to pick up the trade or not. Luckily enough, they had the whole freaking series on the clamp sale, which is really, really great. And this is a set, of course, but all first printings of each issue, except for this one. This isn't the main issue. This is actually an Andy Kubrick one, which looks really cool, and I actually really like it. He's riding a dinosaur, the T-Rex, which looks really cool. Then you get like really cool, well done drawings done by Greg Capullo. There's Barbados, I guess. And I'm actually really excited to read these. There's Dream, who's part of the Sandman universe, I believe. I could be wrong, but I will correct myself if that is not Dream. I believe that is Dream, though, on the cover. And then you get the Batman Who Laughs, who's really, really cool. I actually really like the design of the Batman Who Laughs because I actually have the reprint tie-in of that story, which is just like his head, where it's just kind of like a silhouette of the head, the profile, well, yeah, so I guess like a front facing center. But yeah, I like the design of the Batman Who Laughs. It's not like they basically say, oh, let's just make the Joker Batman, like let's just like make the smile and everything. No, they actually kind of went the extra mile. Like there is a smile, but like he's demonic looking, and he looks something like out of Hellraiser, which I really like. And once again, talking about that heavy metal aesthetic, there you go with issue number 6. It had Batman riding a freaking Joker dragon, which looks really cool. Wonder Woman and Superman also look really, really cool too. Kind of like a rock concert almost, which looks, well, a metal concert, which is like, as I said, I think a lot of the inspiration behind this series was like kind of like the art style and everything. Like, not the art style, but like art choices were like, they feel like they're heavily inspired by like metal covers from the 80s, which looks really, really cool. So with that, that is all the Death Metal stuff. The Dark Knights, Dark Knight's Metal, of course. I'm actually interested to read Death Metal now. Apparently it's been a fun event. People have had mixed feelings on it, but yeah, you know, comics are subjective. This one's really cool. This is a Batgirl cover from New 52, issue number 12. It is a early Art Germ cover, which is, I've gotten some of his covers in the past before. There's a wonderful Wonder Woman cover that I have. I think I don't know if he did. He may have done Batman 92 with the Punchline variant, which is a really, really cool variant. I could be completely wrong with that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's Batgirl, Barbara Gordon fighting Kate Kane, Batwoman, which looks really, really cool. This is part of the Gail Simone run too, and I actually want to read the Gail Simone run to think about it. So yeah, it's really, really cool, really solid. I really love Batgirl. So before I go, camera's about to cut out, so I will be right back. Guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Camera likes to cut out like at roughly 11 minutes or so, so you all know this, and I continuously apologize for it. But keep this train going. Let's actually do these ones in a... let me grab them. So these are pretty much Vampirella covers, which look really, really good. These, I think, are a part of the Millar run, the Mark Millar run. A lot of them have really cool, fantastic art. There's that one. There's that one. Looks really, really cool. Then we got this one, the Haya. And I think these are all done by Harrison Comics, I'm pretty sure. And this one, which is the Vampirella Dracula, with a really, really cool, awesome print on the back of it, which I will say a lot of these covers are really, really cool. The main reason I love these even though it's, like I say, older, Harrison may have had the line up until maybe a few years ago, maybe, just because they have really, really cool art. The art kind of harkens back to the original kind of art style the early comics had in the 60s, which is really, really cool. I think I really kind of like that style of where it's like that horror comic aesthetic, and even like older DC stuff. I think actually DC stuff at the time was very like, not this stuff, but the older stuff, like the older Vampirella stuff, was more, it was neutered by the Comics Code. It wasn't until really the 80s where like Batman, like stuff was getting kind of back to normal, where it was getting really gritty, but not like too ridiculously gritty, like more kind of realistic of how their approach of stuff. But this also, once again, the cover, the print on the back looks absolutely phenomenal too. Like, I really love that. As I said, art style very much harkens back to the what is it, like kind of like 60s art style, I think, of like horror magazines, like creepy and eerie, which is really, really cool. Oh yeah, and of course, let me do a closer look of these. So there's that one, that one, and that one. So this next one, this one's actually not for me, but it is, my buddy actually bought it on the auction. It's a really, really cool piece. It is the issue 4 of the Marvel official adaptation of Return of the Jedi, which I like, looks really, really cool. It's very 80s to say the least. Like, I love the background, I love the art style of the characters. I've actually seen the other issues, and they're kind of all similar to this. Like, you have the characters and everything. So you got Luke, you got Darth Vader, and you got the Emperor and Darth Vader in the upper hand. Oh no. I will be right back, because the camera's about to die. Alright, sorry about that, guys. It took a minute, because as soon as I started the recording again, the battery decided it wanted to die. So yeah, that, yay. Either way, where was I? Oh yeah, of course. So once again, there's this really cool, awesome issue of Return of the Jedi. It's really cool. I really dig the 80s aesthetic of like these, and it's also got the Comics Code Authority, which pretty much everybody at this point was ignoring because this was the 80s. It's also no official comic adaptation. I really like the art style. I actually kind of want to crack into it, like look and see how it is. I really love the older kind of Marvel stuff now to think about it, because there's actually a character, who, like from the Taj family, who is Tag family from, as you all know, General Tag from Star Wars: New Hope. He survived Death Star, but like he also has like his family is actually ridiculously rich, and they have like this whole empire. So she's actually going to be in this character who actually only made a prior, like who was in Legends actually, pretty much same how it was, with a few exceptions here and there. And she's in the book now. I don't think she'll be as ridiculous as the Legends, the old Marvel comics, because they got a little ridiculous and crazy, but the Doctor Alpha comics are pretty much that. They're very crazy, weird, kind of cool things within the Star Wars universe, which is really, really cool. You get the more serious story with the main line of Star Wars books, and you also get the cooler, you get, of course, the Darth Vader stories, and whatever, like, minis they have out at that point. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I think my buddy, my best friend Mitch, he's going to really enjoy this. This is a really cool display piece, I think, in my opinion. And maybe I could hunt him down the other 3 issues. So the next one up is Spawn. I really love Spawn, but it is this cool, really cover from 270 with Tactical Spawn, or AK Operator Spawn, because he looks like he's a operator from Call of Duty. Like, very edgy. Like, well, he's like one of the skins you could get in Call of Duty, I think. That's actually my best description for this, but it looks really, really cool. I really love the design of this kind of Spawn. I really want to see this as a figure from McFarlane. I feel like McFarlane hasn't done too much with his the Spawn toys. He's probably focused on DC stuff, but which makes sense. But man, if he could make a Marvel, like a figure like this with the articulation of the Mortal Kombat Spawn, it would be great. It would be perfect for me. I do love the design though. I love this kind of unique tactical look for Spawn, which is very different and very unique from what the character usually looks like. I really much like the appearance in Mortal Kombat comics and like the Batman versus both Batman versus Batman Spawn books that I've read. Looks really, really cool. So the next one, to kind of finish it up, but this one is really cool. It's the X Factor number 6. And it is the first appearance of Apocalypse. So Apocalypse was mostly the biggest bad guy within the X-Men universe for the longest time, I think. He did have... it's weird because, as you know, he was in the bad X-Men, one of the bad X-Men movies after Days of Future Past. But, he is a really solid character, and so far, Sword of X, he was really, really good in that. In the newer X-Men stuff, he's really great. He's really solid in Excalibur. I actually really like his character. I didn't think I was, but he's really cool. He was really cool. He's really cool in the event book Sword of X of Swords, which just recently finished, which is a solid book. It's a fun book, I think. It's a fun event book. It was my first true event book. I don't really count. What is it? I don't count Joker War because that was more tied into within the books of the Batman books. And I was reading Detective Comics, but I wasn't reading everything. This was the first event book where I was just I read all the whole series, and it's really fun. It's a good series, I think. It was fun. It defied my expectations of what the series was going to be. So yeah, but really cool. You got Apocalypse there. They actually kind of recreated this cover for the Apocalypse War, I believe, which was which was a crappy event, but that was after Secret Wars, and nobody remembers it. I remember it, but nobody should remember it because it was really, really bad apparently. But yeah, we're not talking about that. We're talking about X-Force. And it, not X-Force, X Factor. And it just looks like a solid cover. It's not the best condition, but I don't really care. I want the first appearance of Apocalypse because I've really grown to like this character a lot within the newer X books. So, the next book, second to last book I should say, is the New 52, number 0, Batman. So this is technically the beginning of the New 52 run from Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo. One of the only teams that I think was consistently on the New 52. I think they were the only team that really, they didn't have any delays. They didn't really have any change-ups at all. A lot of the books, there were a few books that got canceled. There was a few that, continue to grow. Like I think Suicide Squad was like one of those where there was like a writer nearly every time or so, but that didn't happen with Batman, because pretty much Batman and Green Lantern, when the New 52 happened, everybody else got rebooted except those two, because they sold really well, and like, plus I think Jeff Johns was like the spearhead of the New 52. But yeah, it looks really cool, really solid Greg Capullo Batman coming at you. As I said, I really love Greg Capullo's Batman. I love his art style within those books. I really love to see him like draw, and I like other kind of like properties. It'd be cool to see him like go to Marvel, but I don't see that happening anytime soon, because he's doing really good at DC. So yeah, there's 01. And with the final book in Mythical Mountain Monday, this one's actually really cool. As you all know, it's actually probably one of my favorite like crossover stories I've ever read. This isn't with it isn't DC versus Marvel, but it is DC and Dark Horse, and I hope y'all know what it is. It is Batman versus Predator. So I do actually have the trades for this book, not the trade paperback. This is the trade paperback, I should say. This is the trade paperback called the Batman versus Predator, the Collected Edition, which is all 3 issues. Winner of and it also won 1991 an Eisner Award for Best Inking, which is really true, because this book it's absolutely beautiful, because I feel like it's the perfect mix between like the kind of dark gritty style that was like the Predator comics with Dark Horse, and of course dark gritty with Batman, but it just like it's like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. They just work together, I think. The art in this book is absolutely phenomenal. It's done by Andy and Adam Kubrick, which is great. Written by Dave Gibson. Gibbons. I think Gibbons, sorry, not Gibson. But man, it is just a really, really solid book. Like, let me show you my favorite panel in the book. The art style is once again really fantastic. Like, look at that, the bat suit, the armored up bat suit, which looks really, really cool, really phenomenal. Let's see if I can find it. Nope. I'm trying to find that. There it is. This is awesome. Like, that, to me, that is like my favorite panel in the book, of just the Predator and Batman fighting, which is really, really cool. And I also really love the design for the Predator. Like, the NECA figure shows it a lot better than the comic book. Not to say the comic book doesn't show it off, but it's like the Predator in this, it's like a perfect combination between this Jungle Hunter and the City Hunter, which I really, really love. I love those two designs of the Predator. But yeah, so that is the last thing for Mythical Mountain Monday, and that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you hit subscribe and hit the little bell notification so you get notified when we upload videos like Mythical Mountain Monday, What's in the Box Wednesday, and figure reviews, of course. You'll get to see a lot of cool figure reviews coming up with the Bat, the Scout Predator, the Flash, and the Grim Knight. Also, remember, hit like on the video. We really appreciate it. We're just doing this for fun because we enjoy it. I enjoy it. I really enjoy doing reviews, even though I'm not the most not well spoken, but well knowledged. I just put out my opinion just to say it's like, hey, this is a cool figure. Also, remember to check us out on Mercari. I have uploaded a lot more stuff, with it being there's a few Godzilla figures, there's a few Black Series figures here or there, and a few video games, 2 older video games, of course. Also, check out Jack's Pop Guy on Mercari too. He has some great Funko Pops up, and he's just he has a lot of cool stuff up. So if you're looking for anything for because Christmas is coming up, the holidays, I should say, definitely check them out. And also check us out on Instagram. You will get to see close-ups of pretty much all these books and the figures. Eventually, when those get reviewed, you'll get to see kind of like a gallery maybe of those figures. I'll start probably doing that. Also check out Jack's Pop Guy on Instagram. He posts a lot of cool stuff within his collection. Also, he'll be doing auctions at some point. I'm not sure when, but he'll be doing them, and he's got a lot of great pops, so I suggest check him out. And I think that's it. So I hope you guys had a wonderful rest of your week, if this is the only video you see. If not, we'll see you Wednesday and I'll see you probably Friday again, as y'all know. So, with that being said, have a wonderful day, and peace.